Major indices in the Asia-Pacific region slumped 2% after the S&P 500 set a new 2022 low overnight on Wall Street as a relief rally failed to materialize. The offshore and onshore Chinese yuan fell to its weakest level since 2008, and the Indian rupee as well marked a record low. According to some analysts, the yuan will likely return to a reasonable range between 6 and 7 versus the US dollar as soon as next year, and the depreciation is tied to China's economic difficulties right now. But at the same time, the dollar index has strengthened more than 19% since the beginning of the year. For more of this, so now let's go to Danni Hewson, who is AJ Bell financial analyst. Danni, many thanks for being with us this morning. So first of all, what is your outlook for the US dollar this year and the next? Because we've seen that the index has essentially strengthened 20% this year only.
Yeah, I mean, the dollar has been incredibly strong for a number of reasons. Of course, we have seen an aggressive rate hike policy from its central bank, the Federal Reserve, and it has stated very clearly that getting inflation under control is their key need, their key requirement. So we are expecting to see further interest rate hikes. And of course, that just bolsters the dollar further. The other thing, of course, that we have at the moment is incredible geopolitical instability, particularly over what is going on in Ukraine. And the dollar, of course, seen very much as a safe haven. So all of these things combined just means that it has a yield advantage, something that investors, when they're considering about medium-term decisions, will be looking at the dollar not only as a safe haven, but as a good bet.
Will this change, Danni, in your opinion, early next year or not? And what sort of impact will this have on other currencies? We've heard of the British pound, the euro, but most importantly, emerging market currencies. What sort of impact will all of this have on other currencies?
Obviously, they are looking incredibly weak against the dollar, and it does very much depend on the decisions that central banks make. We've seen, for example, here in the UK, the Bank of England taking a far more soft approach than the Federal Reserve, which has meant that its currency has suffered in response. We have obviously the situation with the Eurozone and concerns about their energy situation and the prospect that those prices are just going to increase. So for emerging markets, for established markets like the UK, like the Euro, it's going to be very hard. And the dollar is, I think, going to stay very strong, at least into the beginning and probably the latter part of next year.
Danni Hewson, many thanks for this update.